What's up, fam? It's been a while since I've set a camera up and really talked to my people. I tried to record this
In
a
the
couple of
gym,
weeks ago and never put it out
I'm a
there.
little rusty.
I just want to say, like, welcome back. You know what I'm saying? Like, YouTube is something completely new for me. However, sharing, vlogging, or creating is something that is very near and dear to me, and I have been doing it for a long time. I put a pause in it, but I have been pulled for a couple years now to get back into it, but I have not been obedient. I've been very selfish, and I think it's time that I truly dive back into it. Where do I even begin? And I feel like so much has happened. Yeah, I'm just at a loss on where to start. I think that in 2023 was the year that things started shifting, or noticing the shifts, right? So 2023, I was in Atlanta. I moved to Atlanta in 2022. That's another thing. I got to figure out how to edit this stuff, because let's rewind. I also want to mention how much joy sharing brought me. And it started off on Instagram, just sharing my day to day. And it was easy because it was my lifestyle. Like, there was no pressure involved or feeling that I had to act. It's what I did. It was making smoothies, cooking on a daily, like dancing in my kitchen. I was taking pre-workout, heading to the gym every single day. And while all of those things brought me joy, like, life happens and things shift for sure. Like, even the things that you thought you was doing right, in different seasons, it can turn out to be the wrong things. And that's something that I had to learn, because I felt that I was eating right. I was exercising. I was getting sleep, all the things. And then I moved to Atlanta in 2022. And 2023, I'm like, something isn't right. Something's not right. I was doing all the things. I was still gaining weight. I was feeling tired, exhausted, bloated. Just things weren't right. So I started seeing a holistic doctor here in Atlanta, and things kind of took off from there. By the end of 2023, because all that kind of started in March, by the end of 2023, I was a whole new person. And during this season, I would dibble and dabble into sharing, but I was still very much so in my own bubble, and I loved it there. Loved it. It was a time that I wanted to learn about my body, figure out what was going on. And that's, how do y'all talk and not drink water during this long extended vlogging? And see, that's another thing. Brain. So, in my own bubble, very selfish. And last year, I started really getting the bug to share again. Wasn't listening. but here I am. And I am doing it now because I've heard God more than ever. Like, and so I have this conversation with my line sister. January 9th. I think it was January 9th. And the conversation on my end was talking about how I, for the last year or so, I have been trying to go to God first instead of friends, family, to talk through situations, issues, challenges that I'm facing. Like, I need to go to God first because everybody's advice isn't good advice, whether they love you or not. Like, it's based on their experiences, their environments, how they're feeling that day, like whatever the case may be. And that's not what I wanted to run to. I wanted to talk to God first, listen, and act upon that. However, through this conversation with my line sister, she was saying, but sometimes God sends his messages through other people. And, I felt that, I understood that, I internalized it, and kept it moving. So then, 2 weeks later, this was on maybe the 21st, January 21st. I think so. Let me double check because I don't know. January 21st. I bought this setup with this camera because this is the year I'm getting into sharing again, right? So I bought a camera and I shared it on Instagram. So my new bestie, she don't know that yet, but it's my new bestie. She was just asking me questions like, what made you, what happened? It's this. I'm going to read some of it word for word because this was God sent, and that's how I really knew like the time is now. The first question she asked was, did you get this to start a passion project for a hobby? So I was just giving my little spiel about, I used to share so much. I stopped doing it. I want to get back into it. She asked, what changed that led you to posting less? So, I was being selfish. I was on my own healing journey, all those things. She responds, and this is the one. I think that's beautiful. I think the importance of prioritizing yourself is a wonderful thing to communicate. The importance of unplugging and how that helped you heal quicker. How being selfish created a new space for you to thrive in. Sometimes people need a reminder that it's okay to grow in private and win in public. How have you been feeling since taking the time away? Beautifully said, we're going on and she's asking questions like, is there a sense of pressure attached to sharing? If so, what does that stem from? If not, what do you think is holding you back? At this point, I'm in a therapy session. You know what I'm saying? And I needed this. So, I'm messaging her back like, God, is that you? Like, you, I don't know. I just felt called, right? And, she's just pouring so much inspiration and motivation into me, telling me like, this is my year, essentially. Like, that's what I took from it. And little do she know that I needed it more than anything. And hopefully she finds and watches this. But like, after having that conversation with my line sister and and having that talk of God sends messages through people, and then for her to randomly, like, I don't even remember. I think I went to middle school with her. Yeah, I think I went to middle school with her. And, you know, it's just like little Instagram messages back and forth here and there. But this, it was just right on time. So here I am trying to share some of my healing journey, what that looks like, still my fitness journey. I travel a lot, how that looks while still trying to heal and prioritize yourself, all those things. I love to cook. I'm getting into the groove of baking. Got this new KitchenAid. Right now, if anybody has any recipes that are actually healthy that can come out of this KitchenAid, please let me know, because right now it's nothing but bread, cookies, cinnamon rolls, croissants, which is bread, and more bread. But yeah, this is just the outpour of everything that I've also learned in the last few years, and just getting back to community. I missed it. I missed my gym fam. Up until like the last 3 years, I always had a fitness and health wellness community that I thrived in. And, you know, come over here, y'all. It's a lot to learn. It's a lot that this world is trying to keep from us, that you have to keep your eyes peeled back, because the things that are going on, it ain't right. It ain't right. And to an extent, sometimes there's actually nothing we can do about it. Like, we gotta eat, right? We gotta go to the grocery store. We have to buy these things. It depends on, you know, where you live in the world, and accessibility, and all of these things. But I'm just here to share what I know, what I have learned, what I'm researching, and also just having some fun in the mix, because it can get daunting. But you have to do it for you. You have to do it for your family. You have to do it for longevity. Yeah. So welcome to my corner of the internet. It's me on Booty. If you know, you know. Booty is who I am these days. So yeah, I hope you stick around. I hope you enjoy. I hope you catch the vibes. I hope you learn, you share, you like, you subscribe, all those things. It's gonna be a good time in Booty's world. So see y'all soon.